Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of reproductive health. And in this session, we are going to talk about infertility, which is a very important topic from exam point of view. So yes, let us begin with this topic. In the world, including India, large number of couples are infertile, which means they are unable to produce any children in spite of sexual cohabitation within 1 or more years. Talking about the reasons that can cause infertility in human beings. So, the first reason is it can be physical. For example, abnormal sperm production in case of male, and it can be caused due to the enlarged womb. So, in males, abnormal sperm production can be the reason. In case of male, we are talking here. Now, in case of females, damaged fallopian tube, and this damaged fallopian tube can be caused due to the surgery. Now, these both conditions in male and female can cause infertility. Now, the another reason can be congenital. So, in some cases, problems can be present at the time of birth. Means some problems are present at the time of birth. Yes? Now, which can affect a man's infertility. Now, next one is diseases such as abnormal menstruation in case of female. Abnormal menstruation in case of female. Yes, or it can be blocked fallopian tube, again in case of females. Yes, and various kidney diseases. Now, it can be caused in both female or male, etc. Now, these kind of diseases can cause infertility in both males and female. Now, next can be the drugs. So, drugs, the prolonged usage of drugs such as ibuprofen and aspirin. Such drugs, the prolonged uses of such drugs can cause infertility in both males and females. Now, another reason can be immunological. Means it can result from destruction of gametes. Yes, destruction of gametes. Gametes are sperms and ova. Sperm in case of male and ova in case of females. So, destruction of gametes it can be caused by anti-sperm or anti-ovary antibodies which are there in the immunological system of both males and females. Now, it can cause or it can inhibit the sperm or zona pellucida binding when there is a fertilization. So, it actually restricts the process of fertilization by inhibiting the sperm from binding to the zona pellucida. And it can also prevent the embryo cleavage. Now, the last reason can be the psychological, and it can be caused due to stress. Or depression. It can also be caused due to the depression and various sleep disorders. So, these reasons, they induce the infertility in either male or female. In India, often female is blamed for the couple being childless, but more often the problem lies in the male partner. So, for this, specialized healthcare units or infertility clinics could help in diagnosis and corrective treatment of these disorders, and which enables couple to have children. Now, where such corrections are not possible, couples could be assisted to have children through special techniques which are known as assisted reproductive technologies, or also known as ART. So the first method under the ART is in vitro fertilization. So in vitro fertilization is the process of fertilization where an egg is combined with a sperm in vitro. In vitro means the fertilization which takes place outside the body in almost similar condition as that in the body, but in the laboratory. So here you see that the ova and sperm are separately taken out from the male and female, and then they are fertilized in the lab conditions. Now, after the fertilization, the embryo here you see which is formed is then transferred in the uterus, establishing a successful pregnancy. Popularly known as the Test Your Baby program, in which ova from wife and sperms from husband are collected, which are then induced to form zygote under again simulated conditions in the laboratory. And when after the fertilization, the zygote or the early embryo, that is up to the 8 blastomeres, is then transferred in the fallopian tube, as you can see in this image, and this process is called as ZIFT, or the zygote intrafallopian transfer. Now, the first test tube baby born in India was in Pune on 3rd October 1978, and her name was Kanupriya Agarwal. Kanupriya Agarwal, also known as Durga. She is also known as Durga. So yes, she represents both the success and advancement of this process, this method that we are talking about, which has given hope to millions of couples across the world. So the process in which the embryos with more than 8 blastomeres are transferred directly in the uterus, as you can see in this image, that this embryo is being transferred directly into the uterus of a female. Now, this process is known as intrauterine transfer, or the IUT. Another way of conceiving is by fusion of gametes that takes place within the female, where embryo is formed. Now, this embryo which is formed is then transferred in the females who cannot conceive. So yes, this method is known as the in vivo fertilization. Yes, it is known as the in vivo fertilization. Now, another modified method of in vitro fertilization, which is also called as GIFT, or the full form of GIFT is gamete intrafallopian transfer. Now, this is a 3-step procedure. This method is a 3-step procedure in which the first ovum or ovary is released from the female body, and then it is combined with the sperm, and after their fusion it is immediately placed in the fallopian tube, as you can see in this image. It is placed immediately in the fallopian tube, where it can fertilize and further produce an embryo, and the further division and development can take place. Now, the unique feature here in the GIFT is that the fusion that we see here in the fallopian tube is in the female who cannot produce the gametes but can provide the suitable environment for fertilization and development of an embryo. Another kind of in vitro fertilization method is the ICSI method, which is also known as intracytoplasmic sperm injection. In this method, the sperm is directly injected into the ovum, as you can see in this image, that this injection needle consists of a sperm. This is the sperm inside the needle, and it is directly injected inside the ovum to form an embryo. Now, this method is performed generally when there is a male cause of infertility. When the male fails to produce any sperm, that's when this procedure is performed. In some cases, infertility is due to the inability of male partner to inseminate the female, or it can also be due to the very low sperm count. Now, this could be corrected by artificial insemination. Yes, this could be corrected by artificial insemination, and it is done generally when the male is unable to inseminate. Yes, the natural insemination is not there. Now, in this process where we can perform the artificial insemination is by the collection of semen from either the husband or from the healthy donor, which is artificially introduced either in the vagina or in the uterus of the female, as you can see in this image. Now, this is known as the artificial insemination, and this whole procedure is known as intrauterine insemination, means the transfer of sperm inside either in the vagina or the uterus of the female. So yes, from all these procedures we know that there are many options and techniques for conceiving, but they require extremely high precision handling by specialized professionals and also expensive instrumentation which are affordable to limited people only. So yes, our ultimate aim of all these procedures to have children. And in India, there are many orphaned and destitute children who cannot survive unless taken care of properly. So our laws permit legal adoption, which is one of the best methods for couples looking for parenthood. So yes, this was all about infertility. Now you can go to EduRev Notes for even better understanding of the chapter. Thank you.